Hey, Austin. All right, Snacks is loading on. Gonna take a couple minutes. I don't see how, man. Taylor Swift's even at the game. The NFL is not gonna let the Chiefs lose when Taylor Swift is in attendance. And that Denver defense is so bad. I don't see how. Probably a long one, Austin. I'm probably going until dinner.
All right, so give me a minute because
Okay, I got
I
you.
I wanted to have my Discord app running instead I'm in the browser right now because this shit is just ridiculous. And I'm looking on my Steam to fucking reload.
All
I
right.
hate that for sure. Ugh. Ever since like a number of months ago when they updated the client, they wanted to make it I don't even know what the fuck they were trying to do, but it uses way more resources than it did before, and it crashes almost all the time. And you're like, what the hell was wrong with this fucking thing before? Jesus.
I haven't run into that yet personally.
Are you running Windows 11?
No, I'm still on the old one.
Baffling clusterfuck.
Scarecrow Bar, I don't sound normal because I cut my lip shaving and I have a band-aid on it. And I'm trying to not move my mouth because I don't want the
Uh-oh.
band-aid to fall off. We made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a true love story. It's just like this perfectly generic
Yeah, definitely.
Brain Dead Taylor Swift breakup song. It's so good. I can't believe it's actually AI.
But I personally believe that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce will go the distance, and that the real psyop involving this whole thing isn't for the NFL to make money. It's not to create a new generation of football fans, considering how listless so many millennials and Zoomers are when it comes to actually watching football. But instead, it's to help fight the birth rate decline by convincing so many aimless white women to actually have a kid when Travis Kelce knocks up Taylor Swift. The only question is whether or not society will be completely destroyed based off of the color of that child when it comes out. If Travis Kelce got cucked and Taylor Swift was burning coal, I guarantee the world will end within 7 years. Christ.
I uh I still remember the 4chan theory that Taylor Swift and Barron Trump were going to mate to produce like the ultimate Aryan heir to the country.
That was definitely hilarious. I agree.
So yesterday I found out something very interesting.
Hmm.
Apparently, there was a sequel to Forrest Gump that was going to be made. The screenplay was written, like everything was all planned out. They were going to make it. It was all good to go. And the final screenplay was handed in on September 10th, 2001.
Oh no.
And then the very next day, 9/11 happened, and immediately they realized everything in the movie that they had written was now incredibly dated and felt irrelevant, like it wasn't going to resonate with people anymore because it was a movie about the 90s because the end of the first Forrest Gump obviously was ending in the 80s, and they were like,
Yeah.
well, this isn't going to work anymore, so they threw it away, and for that reason Forrest Gump is the most successful film ever to never get a sequel. But
Which is
that's
weird because Forrest Gump is based off of a book,
uh-huh.
and the book received a sequel which referenced the movie,
Yeah.
where the character of Forrest Gump says that he saw the movie Forrest Gump and thought that Tom Hanks did a fine job.
I've read about that too. I haven't read the Forrest Gump book. I know that it's weird. Like in the book Forrest Gump is actually kind of a dick. He's more like Jason Bourne than Forrest Gump. He's actually smart. He's just autistic, so people think he's stupid. Whereas in the movie, he's actually just kind of stupid. It's actually pretty bizarre how different Forrest Gump the book and Forrest Gump the movie are. He's almost like if Jack Reacher was a little autistic or something. Supposedly, a Forrest Gump sequel still gets kicked around Hollywood every now and then, but it's generally understood that they're never going to make it. Like, it's just stuck in development hell, and Tom Hanks doesn't really want to be involved in it. Pretty interesting. I think in the Forrest Gump book sequel, he meets Tom Hanks.
Wouldn't be surprised.
They're doing a sequel to Devil's Advocate. Wasn't that mid 90s? So they're going to do a sequel to Devil's Advocate like 20, no, 30 years later?
Yeah, Al Pacino was still fairly young back then. Fuck me.
That's
I
Keanu
was so
Reeves,
long.
right?
Yes, Al Pacino played his mentor dude slash boss guy slash the actual devil.
Huh. Interesting. Hmm. Actually, I'm sorry. The most successful movie to never get a sequel or be a sequel itself is actually Titanic, not Forrest Gump, but regardless. A movie that could actually get a sequel, I guess would be the right way to put it.
Trying to think of what Titanic 2 would be like.
It would be like Captain America when they thaw out Steve Rogers from the Antarctic. It would basically just be like that.
Oh, the realistic version?
They thaw him out and he's furious about all the race mixing happening.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, everybody in chat, sound off. Have you seen my caked up to a post?
Yes, Scarecrow Bar, you are correct. In Ocean's 12, Julia Roberts plays Tess, who at one point pretends to be Julia Roberts because she looks just like her as a distraction for a heist. It's pretty dumb. It is one of the dumbest things to ever happen in any movie that I have seen. It was bad. Is your Steam still loading?
Yeah, but it's almost done.
You do need another M.2 drive.
Well, it's just the thing is that I haven't used my Steam since the last time we played. So when it crashed like this, I'm all like, "Oh, it must have been dead ever since the last time we played." But nothing ever interacted with it. It never reset itself or anything like that. And then obviously took my fucking computer out. But it needed to update a ton of shit. So
Oh, Scarecrow Bar. I mean, the Forrest Gump the movie is so different from Forrest Gump the book that they probably would not have done that in Forrest Gump 2. They wouldn't have had Forrest Gump watch Forrest Gump in Forrest Gump 2. Probably. They probably would have done their own thing. Like I said, in Forrest Gump the book, Forrest Gump is actually kind of a dickhead. And he's actually very violent and cynical, which seems very weird now if you watch that movie. It seems like, well, the book completely missed the point then, I guess, but the book came first. And the movie, they decided, you know what, let's go for this angle instead.
One day we will.
Although, thinking about it, in a way, Forrest Gump is one of the more, how should I put this, conservative blockbusters, right? Like, many people view it as a right-wing movie without trying to be obviously political. It's an example of a movie that promotes conservative values while not being overly political in any obvious way. If they made a sequel now, that would not fly. Like, what would they do to make that not the case? They would definitely do something. They wouldn't just allow. They wouldn't allow it to stand the way that it was taken in the first film.
Well, since Ginny gave him AIDS, he's probably dead long before now.
Once the washing is finished.
So it would probably be a movie following the life of his kid, who inherited the trillions of fucking dollars from Bubblegum Shrimp, and everything else that Forrest Gump did to make money and all that, inheriting his father's estate. But the really crazy thing would be when DNA testing became advanced enough to where along comes someone who says, "Wait a minute, Jenny was a prostitute. Are we really sure that Forrest Gump Jr. is really Forrest Gump's actual biological son?" So then they would do a test and find out that the answer is obviously no. And Jenny took advantage of a man who was literally retarded because he was rich, gave him AIDS, and made sure to take care of her brat on the way out. What an absolute fucking shit stain of a human being.
I mean, that would have been that would have been one way of the movie end, because the scene where Gump meets the kid and he asks Jenny, "Is he smart or is he like me?" And then she's like, "Oh no, he's one of the smartest kids in his class." I think he's just like, "Oh well, it's obviously not," and he just leaves. I guess we're just good
He,
here.
I named him Forrest after his daddy. His daddy's named Forrest too? You're his daddy, Forrest. That thing's brown. That's how it would have actually gone.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Ugh. Alright, I'm trying to load in now.
Since he didn't have legs anymore, Lieutenant Dan told me that
Oh,
he
nice,
liked
I'm
to
T-posing.
exercise his arms.
All of us are T-posing. Nice.
I watched that movie when I was a little kid, and my parents told me that the joke in that scene is that he's lifting his arms up a lot to drink beer, so therefore he's working out his arms a lot.
I'm genuinely not sure if something might have broke about my game, but every single character is T-posing, and the graphical quality of the game genuinely looks like a fucking Wii game or some shit.
Huh.
Plus, my map is just a black circle on the top right of the screen, and that door right there is just a black rectangle. When I did my beacon thingy just now, nothing happened. I know that it worked because it said I'm pointing at something, but there's no indicator on my screen. Plus, plus my hotbars, the actual borders between icons is gone, so it just looks like floating icons now. This is
If you got to reboot,
really
then you got to reboot.
well. It's not even that. I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, stand by.
Okay. Well, okay, Scarecrow Bar, that may be true. That doesn't change the fact that it's wrong to do. Like, you might be correct, but it's still wrong to exploit a retarded man.
Yeah. What did he say though?
Jenny did nothing wrong. A woman who wouldn't exploit a stupid rich man for the well-being of her child is a defective woman.
Uh, uh,
Like, it's still
you're cor-
wrong.
You're correct that that is definitely something that a woman do, and you're also correct in that a woman who wouldn't do her best to take advantage of a very wealthy man in order to advance her own station in life is a defective woman. You're correct there. However, leading off by saying that she didn't do anything wrong is just patently false. Like it's
I mean, what she did wrong is she ran away from her problems. That's the point of the movie, right? Gump would run into problems and just face them head on and take them on and deal with it. And she would have problems and just run away.
yeah.
So she had this.
I DM'd you something.
Mhm.
That's what my game looks like right now.
All right, yeah. If you need a reboot, then feel free.
Like
I
I'm walking
understand.
around right now and I can tell that because I'm still T-posing and I look like I got Heelys or some shit. I'm just fucking rolling around on the fucking. This is amazing.
Yeah. Well,
Hold on,
actually, Scarecrow Bar, according to the screenwriter, she didn't have AIDS. She had hepatitis C.
which is still something that she gave Forrest, but is hepatitis C fatal or deadly or?
Um, because in the movie was made before they even classified AIDS as AIDS, so they couldn't call it AIDS in the movie because they hadn't.
Right. And that was the thing is that Jenny talked about how she was sick. She was really sick, and the doctors didn't know what it was. That could be anything. Considering the time frame, a lot of people said it was AIDS because that makes perfect sense given her lifestyle. Um, it's almost it's almost homophobic to say that it wasn't AIDS that Jenny had. To assume that only gay people even had AIDS in the 80s. Okay, I literally do have to reboot because I can't even push any of the buttons in the menu right now. Like I was trying to go back to the main menu to try to like reload in your instance.
Mhm.
Couldn't even do that.
I remember back in like the OOs, so like maybe 15, 20 years ago, Bill Simmons wrote an article trying to estimate how many sexual partners Jenny had before she died in Forrest Gump.
Oh God.
And I'm thinking, like, man, nowadays you could never write something like that. You'd get kicked off the internet forever.
Definitely, and not just for the obvious reasons, but also because in Jenny's case in particular, that's a really horrifying tale. Because like her first sexual partner is when she's 6,
Hmm.
and when you're a victim of child sexual abuse, it's almost a guarantee that you would then go on to have extremely warped and massively fucked up ideas about sex in the first place. Um, she probably started having sex again at a very, very young age. By the time they're in high school and Gump starts playing football, Jenny's probably already had a train ran on her like multiple times, more than 20.
Hmm.
I don't even know how the fuck you'd calculate that kind of shit. But it makes sense that Bill Simmons, of all people, would be trying to, would actually try to calculate that with his wristwatch calculator. Good lord. I'm pretty sure she took down that whole Black Panther rally. Yes. Correct. There's no fucking way she only had one kid. Hell, if anything, given the time period, she probably had one of the first legal abortions. Oh, God.
I can't remember when Forrest breaks up that tryst in the car. Was Jenny being sexually assaulted or was she into it?
100 million% she was into it. The only time Jenny was ever portrayed as being an unwilling participant is when she was a child and her dad was molesting her. That's it. Everything after that, she was happy about, instigated, consented to, blah, blah, blah. That's why she was constantly getting into fights with Forrest every time he tried to interrupt her having anything resembling sex with another man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The fact that she had that relationship with her father was probably why she was willing to take all those abusive relationships and just be like, well, I guess that's just the way it
Yeah.
is. But when you're playing an acoustic guitar naked on stage in front of people, you know things are going to happen.
Plus, when you pose for Playboy, I mean that wasn't just something tastefully artistic that women just did back then. That was just part of what you did. No, my God, practically a guarantee that he would have to bang you. Good Lord. Oh Christ.
Problems?
Ben's what he posted here is just completely retarded. Also, girls who sleep with hundreds and hundreds of guys inevitably start to look weathered and worn down. As my old Boston buddy Mark Fanning used to say, you can usually look at a girl and see the number of guys she slept with. That's why women don't last long in the porn industry. They're aging in dog years. So when Jenny looked relatively good, even when she returned to Force House in 1978, I'm putting the over-under at 220 and a half, making a guess at 205 for a total number of partners. He seriously used the logic of, well, Jenny didn't look like a fucking leathery old slag by the time she came back into Force life again. Dude, it's a fucking movie.
Right,
Plus,
but
since the movie's taking place from Forrest's perspective, couldn't we imagine that since he's got love goggles for Jenny, that's how he sees her, as opposed to how she actually is? And maybe everybody else looks at her and they see some fucking, like, worn down old cunt. Fucking blown out roasty. Lieutenant Dan shows up and he's got fucking prosthetic legs. He's just all like, yeah, when I saw the woman you were marrying, I said I knew I had to run out of here. Fuck me. Jesus Christ.
I mean, there were probably 50 guys at that Black Panther rally alone.
Exactly. Good grief. Anyway, finally, everything's looking good.
All
Okay.
right. So I can't
My
remember what we're
guess is
doing
that
next.
there may have been some kind of patch that's lowered the, because not only are things running a hell of a lot better, especially here in the lower city, but things look substantially downgraded texture wise. And I'm like, I think they may have implemented a hotfix that lowers the quality even further of uh the stuff. Give me a sec. Okay, I was completely wrong where I thought I had to go. We go in a different direction. Fast travel to the Gray Harbor docks. And now, follow me. There we go, perfect. And they say just
Jen, his father, was a very loving man. You could tell because he was always touching and hugging and kissing Jenny.
Jesus. Alright, perfect.
That's an actual line from the movie, by the way. I did not make that up.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I want to be clear about that.
Tell me, what can... Yes, dear Lady Esther, once the dust has settled on this whole invading army mess outside the walls, I'll find it. Feel free to
Oh. So, as it turns out, they knew it was an owlbear egg immediately, and they told her to fuck off. That's pretty funny.
Oh,
But
why didn't
obviously
she
won't.
come and kill us? Why didn't she
Oh,
seek
'cause-
revenge?
Well, because the city's under siege, and we were outside of the city when they figured this whole thing out. Okay, hey, it's our hobgoblin buddy.
My surface-dwelling friend.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
I am glad to see you well. I see your tadpole remains in its state of suspension. Your case has set us on quite the detour from our planned expedition. About the your tadpole's stasis, we felt it wise to report back to the Society. Omeloum went out into the city to seek out further undeveloped infections like yours. But I have heard nothing since. I admit, I'm somewhat concerned. We are usually sticklers for updating one another on our progress. Omeloum believed the answer to this riddle lay within the city walls, and held some connection to the cult of the Absolute. I had the distinct impression it was intentionally keeping its hypothesis from me, as though even the theory would be enough to put me in danger. Why that would be, I can only theorize myself. Omeloum is most likely safe and well, and simply absorbed in its work. Naturally, the Underdark provided us with some most unusual salvage. Plenty to keep an inquiring mind busy.
So cool, he's a merchant and has 2,300 gold.
Oh, Scarecrow Bar. I actually rewatched Hacksaw Ridge last month. It's great. I I got nothing bad to say about that guy, Desmond Doss. I think that's one of the better films made over the last decade.
Tremendous.
Still waiting for the Passion sequel. Apparently, that's coming out in the next couple years. They keep talking about it. So, would the Passion of the Christ sequel just be his resurrection? What can you get? How do you get 2 hours out of that?
My guess is not specifically about the resurrection because of exactly like you were saying. It's while it is the most important event that ever occurred ever, it was somewhat of an instantaneous thing when Christ resurrected. My guess for the actual story and what would be involved therein would be the experience of Christ after his death but before his resurrection. Because he dies on Friday and is resurrected on Sunday. In the time between, he is actually in hell, where there's a lot of different interpretations of the thing based off the denomination and so on that you're really talking about. But the old school Orthodox, which was the original Christian religion, the where the tenets and the stories that people followed back when Peter was actually alive, let alone being the first pope. The story is that Christ dies and he goes into the underworld, and what he does there is that up until the death of Christ, all men who died would go straight to hell because there was no way for their sins in any way to be redeemed. And more to the point is that being in hell, being with Satan, was the merest expression of death, of being dead, of like the curse that we suffer for having been cast out of the Garden of Eden. So what Christ actually did by going into the lion's den, metaphorically, by being sent to hell, is not as what I would imagine Mel Gibson would think, is yet another round of torture as Satan tortures Christ, but more along the lines of Christ going to hell and then actually defeating Satan and defeating death, and then bringing with him all of the good people who had died in that time since, starting with Adam and Eve, and then their son Abel, who was murdered by Cain.
Right, right.
And everybody just waiting in line and all that kind of shit, but essentially being evacuated from hell to heaven. That's just one interpretation of the story. There's plenty of others that exist in among other Christian denominations. My overarching point is that I think that's what the story would be, is just what happened between when Christ died and when he was resurrected. His experience in hell.
Yeah, that could be brutal then. That could be even more brutal than the original.
Right, and that's why I try to say about the Orthodox story is, I'm like, if it was the Orthodox story, it would be an incredible fucking tale of triumph. However, especially given how the first Passion went and that we're talking about Mel Gibson here, it would probably be an interpretation instead of Satan doing his best to break Christ's spirit, ultimately failing so that the very end of the movie would be a great triumph, but it would, like exactly like you said, it would be a fucking horrifying experience up until then. All right, so now that we've done all that, we know where we've got to go now. We just talk with our old buddy here because he lets us know that Omelim's missing. Omelim's in the prison. And I don't know if you remember the weird water worshipping fish people that we visited before. The last time we were playing. The reason we did that is because they let us know that someone had been killed swimming by some sort of horrible metal beast in the river. It has black blood. But as it turns out, you know, obviously they're just crazy fucking water hippies. But they're describing a submersible, which is docked in this building here, which we're going to now.
No oil leading right inside.
All right. Now, is anyone going to be angry if I try lockpicking this? It seems the answer is no. However, beasts, are these people retarded?
Okay,
The
do we
answer is
have
yes.
to do this fight or what? Like,
Yes. Yeah, they're just really easy
okay.
animals to kill.
Okay.
But yes, this is where we were supposed to go.
Mhm.
Another day, another fight.
Okay.
On my way.
Let Karlak finish.
Okay. By it you mean this monster?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just end my turn, I guess.
All right. So there's the regen from the ring. Smack him. Serious. There we go.
At least that might be worth a look.
Nice and easy. Okay. Hachicha. So yeah, I don't know if they even have anything on them. There's just some teeth, apparently. Fuck it.
Better than nothing. Maybe.
Exactly.
Be right back, guys.
What happened?
Nothing.
Oh.
You good. You know, there was another article a long time ago where Bill Simmons tried to calculate how many times Bill Murray went through the cycle in Groundhog's Day.
And I'm sure he was just as wrong as everyone else who tries.
Yeah. Didn't they eventually give, like, an official answer, the director?
Yeah, Harold Remus, who was himself a Buddhist, every time he talked about it, he would say that the Buddha believed that in order for someone to go through a genuine change in their spirit would require 10,000 years of reincarnation and rebirth in order to change who you were uh, in your spirit. And because that was his answer, literally every time anyone ever fucking asked him about how long was he in there anyway, the real answer, yes, is that he spent 10,000 years um, trapped in that fucking thing, which makes perfect sense because that's how he learned literally everything that happens in that city on that day. You know, everybody else are like, oh man, it must have been a couple of years. It's like, do you really think he becomes a master at so many different esoteric fucking hobbies in addition to learning everything that there is to know about everyone who lived in that city? A lot of that shit, how the fuck do you even find out? Like, uh, the diner scene when he starts talking about everybody's character. It's like, there were some superficial things that he knew about some people. Like that one guy who wished that he stayed in the Navy. But then, like you're
Right.
talking about during the 80s, a guy confides in Bill Murray's character that he's gay. How long did that fucking take him? I
Probably
guess
had
so.
a hit
Just
on
go
him.
seriously. Just go down that trap door thing that was underneath all the barrels and boxes and shit that I moved.
Okay. Oh,
Let me check something, by the way.
Seems simple enough.
I don't know how I took damage as soon as I came up here, but okay, I think you went through.
I'm
Yeah,
coming.
there we go. There we go. Okay.
A greasy, smelly climb down.
Don't go there. That leads to the sewers. In the city, there's a lot of different locations that get you to. It's sort of like the sewers in any other game that exists, where they have large sewers, where it's a way that you can, without fast traveling, bypass a lot of different areas and come up in a lot of different locations. But we go through these doors here. All right. Now, this can be a tough little area that we're going to go to prison,
Okay.
but I think we'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just humor me because I can't check myself. In the search bar in your inventory, could you search for invis and just see anything that pops up with invisibility in it?
Scroll of sea invisibility.
Is that all?
S- Looks like it. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Because Will's dad's gonna be down there, and Mizora does not like that we try to one-up her on this. Go ahead and throw down any kind of save, a quick save or manual save, either one doesn't matter.
Okay.
And give me a few minutes because I'm gonna go to the bathroom here in a minute.
Okay.
But before then, I'll finish this explanation. Mizora gets very upset that we found Will's dad, in spite of her attempting to prevent us from doing that, because he's scheduled to be executed or something. So we just didn't know where he was, and we didn't rescue him. He'd die anyway. Well, she shows up when we're trying to bust him out, and then she charms him so that for one turn he walks towards her, and she also summons explosive spiders that all try to give him a hug. So turning him invisible is the way to cheese that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah? And are you here to make good on that? Nothing without Lord Gortash's go-ahead. I transport whoever he needs taken to the Iron Throne. It's an underwater prison, most secure in the realms.
Iron Throne.
Lord Gortash keeps some Gondians there. Collateral to keep those working in the Steelwatch Foundry under control. Bloody mermaids. I'll take you in, but look, there's some bad shit going down in there. You don't want to get involved. Neither did I, but it was them, or me. I'll get Cat warmed up. Get in when you're ready.
Oh yeah, another fun fact I learned yesterday. Dave Chappelle was asked to play Bubba in Forrest Gump, but he turned it down because he believed the movie would be a flop.
That explains a lot. What I mean specifically by once he turns down something that he's obviously going to feel terrible about it, and as a result, he's going to be thinking, I need to never pass up an opportunity like that ever again. And then you start saying yes to a bunch of absolute garbage.
I mean, off the top of my head, the only movies I've seen Dave Chappelle in are, I think it's called Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence, and A Star is Born, the Lady Gaga movie 5 years ago. I haven't seen him in that much.
He did Con Air. I can't remember this one movie, but it was like his first one. He was in a leading role or some shit.
Wait, Scarecrow Bar. Dave Chappelle was in Robin Hood Men in Tights?
Yes, he was.
I
Where
didn't know that.
he famously did a riff on because the Denzel Washington Malcolm X movie had recently come out,
Mm-hmm.
so he did a riff on that. Where he's got that line, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock landed on us. So instead his character's like, we didn't land on Sherwood Forest landed on us. He even takes out the fucking glasses. Then my favorite part that he has in that movie is when he says, hey yo man, hey Blinken, did you just say Abe Lincoln? No man, I didn't say Abe Lincoln, I said hey Blinken.
I like the part where the guy breaks out into song and Maid Marian screams because she's not expecting it, and it like jump scares her.
Yes.
I like that.
Hilarious. Yeah, Robin Hood Men in Tights was his first feature film role. He was in The Nutty Professor, Con Air. Half Baked was the one I was thinking of. You've Got Mail, Blue Streak is the one you were talking about. Undercover Brother, I remember that one. And then after that, any movie he's been in was after the Chappelle Show had started, so he was actually mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
Lamau. Okay. I'm all set up and ready to go.
So we're going to the submersible? Yeah, okay.
Yes. That's correct. The design of this submersible and this cutscene made me think of the first Knights of the Old Republic game when you're in Manon and when you first go underwater.
Digging and diving where you don't belong.
Let's see here.
You can pick anything you want.
Okay, then I'm picking that.
You've been spending too much time with young Karlak. It's affecting your manners and your intelligence. Your presence here is a threat to the survival of the hostages inside the Iron Throne. Dead, they're no use to me, so I keep them safe, after a fashion. I've prepared for this eventuality, and if you interfere, I will destroy the Iron Throne. Return to the docks, or the deaths of everyone inside will be on your conscience.
How many people are trapped within? How many lives will be lost?
I assume we dock at the Iron Throne.
Well, the only reason you'd want to retreat is because you decided you want back to Gortash and say to him, let's collaborate. and actually side with him, which we can do now because we killed Orin, but would drastically impact the story in a way that I don't think any of us want.
That was a mistake. When the corpses start to wash up on the shore, remember, you could have prevented all this.
Well, Scarecrow Bar, in Game of Thrones, the Iron Throne is the thing that everyone wants to possess. In this game, the Iron Throne is a prison. So I don't think they ripped off Game of Thrones. But Game of Thrones came first, of course. But I wouldn't call it a rip-off, because they're two radically different things that are just named the same.
Everybody's just ripping off to... Okay, so... throw down a quick save right now, because I forget if we have a grace period before we go through the hatch or not, so we'll find out.
Alright, we're good to go.
Perfect.
A cold, suckering wetness grasps at your mind. A voice, familiar to you from the Underdark, wraps itself around your brain.
You must act with haste. Duke Ravengard is held within these walls. He must be extracted. Is held in the security wing. Be careful. There are many hazards. This structure is collapsing. Act with speed. Act with efficiency. Good luck.
Okay.
Crap. Okay, so you're down now, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm right here.
So, step 1, where I go, and I will haste you and myself. Since haste lasts for 10 turns, obviously this is plenty of fucking time. I'm going to send Karlak down first so that I can scout what's going on without potentially fucking anything up and see what has to happen. Don't go down yet.
Yeah.
So Melon's over there. She's going to go south because that's where all the shit's at. I can send Shadowheart west. I'll stay in the center. You and I go together east. Okay. So, go ahead and come down the ladder so that you can see what I'm talking about also.
Hold on 1 second. For some reason, Shadowheart is still fucking up here. God damn it. What are you doing up there, you dumb... Whatever.
So much for peace.
Interesting question. You should be able to switch to her and then bring her down.
Well, she's in the fight. I can't do that until it's her turn.
Oh, fair enough.
Alright, so go down the ladder, you said.
Yes, and then, yeah, just interact with the ladder, don't move afterward. So then I can explain to you. So, this person right here is one of the friendlies, so since they're there, we'll be able to get them up here. Don't worry about escorting them or anything. Believe me when I say they will take care of themselves. The first thing that you're going to want to do is whoop that guy's ass as much as you can.
Okay.
Blood follows me everywhere.
Karlak doesn't need to help you. Okay, so good. Now what you're going to want to do is interact with that lever that's right there.
This, okay.
Which will open up the way. And then you are going to run all the way over here to the eastern section. That's where you are going to go.
So, just do that now. Go east.
Yes.
I don't need to talk to this woman or nothing.
No. She'll take care of herself.
Okay.
Now, after this turn, long term and everything, what you want to do, you can see it on your map. You're going to want to head down there in that eastern way, and you're going to want to get those people out. Duke Ravengard is in this area, so you and I will go down there together, but as we're running down into that section, we'll kick all the ass we can.
Okay.
Whereas Shadowheart is going to head in the direction you first started at, in the west,
Okay.
to get all those people out that she can. Karlak is going to go on her own to the south. Okay. Let's see if I can get this dude's attention. Perfect.
Finally,
Yeah, bring...
NPCs in a video game that aren't retarded.
Exactly. So yeah, just bring Shadowheart down and then send in that direction.
West, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And her movement is so slow compared to my barbarian.
It happens.
Is there any way I can... No, probably.
Should be fine.
Yeah, get out of here. Well, she's certainly better than Emma Emmerich. I'll say that much.
Seriously.
No! Run!
Seriously.
I can make it!
I think that was maybe my first ever extended experience with an NPC companion in a video game that you have to, like, guide. Emma Emmerich.
That was
Like,
fucking great.
at least Ashley in Resident Evil 4 was kind of able to take care of herself.
Did you see me just one-shot that guy?
Yeah, I did.
That was fucking great. Okay, so and this fucker too. Blast them.
So, what do you think of the RE4 remake so far, based on your experience with it?
I'm having a lot of fun. Just the whole knife having durability thing bothers me. However, I totally get it because they allowed the knife to do a lot more. It's just annoying that I have to keep spending money to repair the fucking... Okay, so... That being the case... They're all wiped out now.
Okay, so...
Wait, don't do anything yet. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Where do I go from here?
I have this scroll of invisibility right here. I am gonna put it in your inventory.
Okay.
I just gave it to you and put it in your inventory. So you can go down there by yourself, and then I'll accompany Shadowheart, because she'll have to escort some people and do some more fighting. But everyone down in that area that you'd have to go down is dead already, except for when Mazora spawns, and she'll spawn some explosive spiders. But as long as you turn Duke Ravengard invisible, he'll be fine. So head down in there yourself.
Waste a stab.
And yeah, interact with the levers that are next to all the doors when you get there, of course. And that's how you open up the shit.
Okay.
But be sure to do Duke Ravengard's at the beginning of a turn instead of at the end of it, so that you have the maximum amount of movement speed available to...
Okay, so I can do the one on the left and the right. I see.
Yeah.
Wait, there's nobody alive in this one.
Because we already smoked them.
No. I mean, no alive prisoners in this cell on the left.
You just can't see them yet, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all in there, trust me. Okay, so now I'm gonna send myself down to accompany Shadowheart now. Because she will need help. Karlak's gonna have the most difficult job. However, what she does have going in her favor is that she doesn't need to escape by running back, because Omelum is just chilling out right here. And once I get to him, he'll teleport us back to the entrance. That's why we send the tankiest character we have to go down there.
Do you think we're on time here? Like,
Freedom, finally.
initiative
deepest
-1? How do you roll a -1?
Being retarded.
Never made it as a wise man. AI is starting to freak me out, man. Before long, they're going to be able to use AI to... You don't even need the singer anymore. Copyright battles are going to be fun as hell in the next 20 years. Like, if I use a Britney Spears AI voice to make a song and that song becomes the #1 song in America, does she sue me? Like, how does that work?
Yes. Yeah, it's
Or
gonna
does she
be
come after
tough
me
for
with her
sure, man.
knives?
Definitely.
I guess this is what happened with Crispin Glover in Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
Let's open that up.
Thank you. I hope Genshu and Baldur are alright.
Oh, you're
Okay.
right. There isn't anybody in there. So yeah, then just position yourself in front of Duke Ravengard's lever and then end your turn.
Okay.
So yeah, just dash with Shadowheart and then position her relatively near where I'm located.
Okay. What the fuck?
What just happened?
My game crashed.
Oh no!
You
Okay,
fucking
fair
kidding
enough.
me? God damn
Fair
it.
enough. Yeah,
Alright.
that is brutal. That's
We didn't lose that
very.
much, but like...
No, we didn't. The concept is generally exactly the same. And now that I think about it, I have a speed potion for Karlach, but I actually have 2 speed potions total. I'll hand one to Shadowheart also, so also
Okay.
drink one. Because it
Alright.
doubles your movement range, plus you get an extra action.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Just ugh. Ugh.
Yep.
Ugh. Terrible.
I'm guessing the crashes only happen when you're playing co-op. I'm guessing this doesn't happen very much when you're playing online. When you're playing
It
offline.
it occasionally did for me. They do happen sometimes. I definitely had to restart my game a lot because it would reach a point where it was lagging too much. So it wasn't necessarily a crash, but I had to like reset it anyway because it was bad.
Okay, let me know when you're in. Yeah. Apparently, the Forrest Gump sequel included a sequence where Forrest Gump would get deployed in the Gulf War and capture Saddam Hussein. So after 9/11 happened, they decided that that would not be okay anymore.
Wow, that is hilariously awful.
Yeah.
Truly, truly terrible. Okay, so back at it.
Halt! You must act with haste. Duke Ravengard, be careful.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and come down.
Down.
You can with Shadowheart too. How about that?
Need to act fast.
Should be able to anyway.
There we go.
No
Okay,
choice but to
so
keep
I
going.
gave Shadowheart a speed potion so she can do the same.
I'll just drink it now. And just go down the ladder now.
Yes.
Come on, can't stay idle. Swift as my feet can carry me.
And you still use my feet respector to whoop on this guy's butt.
Not yet.
Get me
Smoke that guy.
It's done for.
Oh, wait a minute. No, he was supposed to go this way.
Yeah, head east definitely, and I just go with you to help smoke.
Should I do
these
dash,
chunks.
or am I going to need my attacks? Yeah, I'm going to need my attacks.
Wait.
Did it get him?
No, he's still alive.
I feel like we're waiting for the damage calculation, or does it say miss? Alright, I assume it missed. Okay. Then there's just the one other guy. Should be able to take care.
And Shadowheart goes this way, right?
Yeah, Shadowheart will go west, and I'll go with her. This was a Mabel. The hunters have the ability to throw a net on you, and if they do that, fire will remove it. But in order to hit yourself with it, you'd probably have to throw a alchemist's fire potion thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me. Black.
Then dove into me and lives to see another day.
Freedom, finally. My deepest thanks.
Well,
Okay, then on the... Okay. You should be clear there.
okay. Is there any enemy? Yes, there is an enemy down. Alright, one hit KO.
Nice. And there's another one right over here. I don't know if you can reach him. Oh, if you don't have any more movement, you won't.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Wait a minute, can I do this? Yes, I can. Didn't
Nice.
do that much, but whatever.
Not bad. Every little bit counts.
So, open the doors on the right and left, or do I just need to do right because there's nobody in the left room?
You don't need to do left. Yeah, you only need to do right.
Let's see what this does.
Thank you. I against you.
Okay, so I don't need to open this door yet. I still have a lot of movement left. Wow. I still can move 22 meters. But I did use dash, so I've lost one of my abilities, bonus abilities.
Well, what you can do is quick save right now and then open Duke Ravengard's door anyway just to see what happens.
Okay.
If something bad happens, we can quick load. He starts off with a very small amount of health. You can heal him if you have a health. The ability to, if you have the ability to throw a health potion at him.
I should.
And yeah, that definitely helps him out.
You could do another one.
If you can do another one, by all means.
Okay, and now do I make him invisible, or is that...
No, you're gonna wait. Excuse me, you're gonna wait until Mazor shows up and does that whole thing, because otherwise he'll be taken out of the invisibility.
Bloody hell, this is it. Go, go, go!
Now these guys do. New enemies do spawn each turn. I think you control him. If you
Yeah, I
do, then don't take him out of the cell this turn yet.
Okay. Just do nothing with him?
Actually, get him to stand right next to you.
But that would be outside the cell.
Yes, it would, but I just want to see what happened. He should have enough health to... Okay, then... Because once Mazor shows up, you'll actually lose control of him. Fuck it, go ahead, just run him as far down as you can.
The hallway?
Get Mazor... Yeah, get Mazor to spawn, just see what happens. If he dies, we can quick load and we don't miss out on the top.
Well, look who it is. I was hoping you'd bound along. A bargain's a bargain, and I've come to see it through. Mia Furia. Near for me. If only Will were here to see this. This is what he wanted, after all. Now, stand back and enjoy the show.
What's happening?
Perfect, he's not dead. So, he barely took any damage there. There's a couple that are still around. On your next turn, yeah, go ahead and throw the invisibility on him. Eventually, he'll snap out of being charmed, at which point you can control him and then get him out of there. And once you go invisible, the spiders will basically just be completely confused and not know what the f. So, you're in the clear there.
Oh yeah, that was another thing I read last night. Tupac auditioned for Bubba.
Nice.
And Ice Cube turned down the role because he refused to play an idiot. And I don't think Bubba was an idiot, really, so I don't know where that comes from. Maybe a little simple.
My buddy Omalum's right there.
Oh my god, there's so many enemies all of a sudden. Where'd these assholes come from?
They're spawning in infinitely in the area where Cart's at. That's where we send your tankiest person down there. There's no need to be concerned.
Do you support Palestine? No, he turned Anakin to the dark side.
Oh man.
What's your opinion on Goku? Sorry, I don't follow boxing.
Okay, on Shadowheart's turn, just bring her here and open that lever, and then just escort the people out.
Okay.
Here come the Spider-Mans doing damage. Oh, they didn't do all that much, actually. Yeah, you can just turn him invisible and he should be fine.
Turn him invisible. Okay, so do I throw it or do I cast the spell?
It's a scroll of invisibility. Cast it.
And
It is a concentration spell, so be careful.
And what do I do
yeah,
with
you could just smack those little guys, but do it after you get control of the Duke back, because right now they. Yeah, fuck it. Go ahead, do it now. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, they don't do that much damage, it seems like. Oh, I'm not hasted anymore. Dang. Okay, I can't kill this guy.
You should be. You just used up your actions because one of it's an action to use.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
It's fine. He still has plenty of health. He's only lost 30 HP since you first healed him up. 5 spiders exploded on him, and he's only lost 30 HP. He's totally fine.
Should I sail it down mid and start running back down the hall with Anime Feet Respector, or just leave him where he is?
Walk it down with him, just to be safe.
Okay,
but you should generally be in the clear right now.
Okay. Alright, Shadowheart. Is there any lever I need to open down here?
Yes, it's right over here.
Okay, and that's the only one?
Yes, because I got the other one.
Okay. Okay, let's do dash then.
There was another enemy in this room. I already. The only fish people enemies that remain on the map that are a problem are a concern for Carla.
Have to keep going.
Alright, now I'm just gonna run back with Shadowheart. My work here is
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and just set up shop right in front of the ladder here with Shadowheart, and you'll be totally fine.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that whole thing, Scarecrow Bar. It does seem like he has some interesting things to say, though.
Damn it. You ever get an email notification for an email you've really been waiting on, and the notification for your email shows up, but it wasn't the one you were waiting for? It was just some stupid bullshit.
Oh, I have control of what's his face.
Yeah, you got control of him back. So yeah, go ahead and just dash and everything, and just run him down into the lap. The little ghost that's right next to Anime Feet Respector represents the fact that Duke Ravengard has gone stealthy and that was his last known location when an
That's
enemy
like
saw
what
it.
Splinter Cell does.
Kind of, yes. So now the spider's completely confused and doesn't know what to do. It doesn't even bother attacking you because it's just looking for Duke Ravengard. Then it exploded. Lamau.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Now some of the gnome people do get inexplicably held up, which is why I stay behind and help walk it in case they get held up in a stupid way and I need to haste them. Because again, there is a time limit. So. Okay. And Karlak went lethargic from her speed potion, so that's fine. And so.
Dodgers wondering if they should have spent more time training for playoffs and less time honoring satanic dragnuts.
Based.
We might have 3 teams that won 100+ games in the regular season lose this round alone.
Seriously. So blessed. Alright, so yeah, now with Feet Respector, go ahead and just run it down.
Okay.
Head back home. Yeah, you're in the clear.
I need to find a way forward.
You and the Duke are in the clear. What you may want to do, though, because you're strong, is head over to Shadowheart's location, and you can yeet the gnomes to help them get there faster. If any of them are dragging ass. Lamau. But yeah, you're pretty much clear now.
Okay.
Oh, don't end your turn where you're standing. Get away from the ladder to give them space so they can climb up.
Like that?
Stand like right there. There you go. Let me see. Check something. Perfect.
That Masato picture I sent you yesterday of the guy wearing the VR goggles kind of makes me nostalgic because in the VR simulation he's sitting in a Pizza Hut. And it makes me think of back when Pizza Hut was like a sit-down restaurant that you were supposed to go inside.
I remember that. Yeah. Oh my god! Did they just fucking die?
The shit?
What the fuck happened? I've never seen that before.
Did they die or...
Yes, they died. There was a humongous explosion. There was a humongous explosion, and now the door is sealed. I've never seen that.
Well, what do we do now? Are we fucked?
Oh my god.
I mean, we saved like 1 turn ago. It's not that big of a deal, but...
Oh, shit. I gotta think about what to do here. It's really not good. I've never witnessed the explosion before. That has to be new. That's never happened before. They did this shit intentionally to add more challenge because people were having too easy of a time. It doesn't matter if the gnomes don't get out. No, it doesn't really matter. But what Shadowheart's going to have to do is open up this the lever here on her turn, and then there's another here that she'll have to open up to get everyone out.
We couldn't
That is
just reload to right before I opened his Duke's cell. That's the only other option. Or no, I'm sorry, after... No, it was right before I opened the Duke's cell.
Well, it doesn't matter that the gnomes didn't make it too much, but that's the thing is I'm trying to think about this and I'm like, there's no way to avoid that because I don't know how the fuck that even happened. Matter of fact, EG3, Iron the Throne, Explosion. Yeah, all these guys are from August when the game first launched, and no one has anything to say about having seen that shit happen. That's new in a patch. God damn it. If they get fucking trapped in there, then I can't waste any time. Go ahead and reload the save from before we go down to start this whole fucking shit show.
Wait. Before the fight or before I opened the Duke's cell?
If you open before the dude's cell, this is still going to happen.
Oh, okay.
We can't get out in time in the position that we were in. That has everything to do with just didn't go fast enough. So we're gonna do this in a different way. I'm gonna go west by myself, Austrian Feed Enjoyer, or Austrian Art Enjoyer. Sorry. I'll go west by myself, and then you go east with Shadowheart.
Okay.
Now that you know what to do, but let me make sure everyone's got everything they need.
I think so, Austin.
There's a speed potion for Shadowheart. For you. And that should be good enough.
You must act.
We must act quickly.
Okay, so yeah, I gotta come down.
Get to you!
Okay, I'm
light on my feet.
So you said I go east?
Yes, you and Shadowheart will go east. So get that lever to free those prisoners, and then head east.
Simple enough.
And you, Shadowheart, will go in the same direction.
Yeah. It is genuinely shocking how the Dodgers have been doing this every year except for the COVID year. Like, it seems like they don't just lose, they flame out. It's hard to explain exactly how it's happening, but it definitely is. There's something fundamentally wrong there. It's not just random variance anymore. Okay, so... Okay, Shadowheart is just gonna follow her man.
Heading there.
Ah!
Go! Run!
Fall by my hand. I'll give it a shot.
Bloody hell, thank you. I hope Genshu and Baldur are alright.
Alright, okay, so next turn I'll be able to open the Duke's cell.
Got to focus. Moving.
And can Shadowheart heal the Duke from here, I wonder? Probably not, because he doesn't qualify as an ally yet. Ah, can't do it. Okay, I tried. Okay, so you ready for me to let the Duke out?
Just a moment, please.
Oh yeah, Austin. Especially now. Like, I'm happy they gave us the 60-game season because it gave us something to do. But that doesn't mean I take it all that seriously.
Okay, good.
Alright, I'm gonna quick save again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, what? Why didn't the potion work?
Go inside. It just collided with the terrain of the entrance, I guess. Because you can see it.
Well, let me quick load real quick.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Wonky doorway mechanics. This is the same shit as when, like, you're trying to walk through an open door, but it makes you have to close the door and then reopen it before you can.
Okay. So I'll just go ahead and stand here for now, I guess. And wait for shit to happen. Yeah, well, that kills that one, David. Although, I guess at this point, it's possible Watson doesn't even play against us. Like, there's clearly something pretty serious going on there.
The only thing I can think of for Shadowheart to do right now would just be to heal the Duke.
Okay.
Back on your feet. Take your... Got to press on.
Good enough.
We can make it.
Alright, where's the explosion? No? No explosion? Okay.
Just a little more to go. Come on.
Perfect. Yeah, the explosion happened on the turn following.
Okay.
Because it said there were 2 turns left. So you gotta just run the Duke out.
Alright. Here we go.
Well, look who it is. I was hoping you'd bound along. A bargain's a bargain, and I've come to see it through. Mia Furia. Kneel for me. If only Will were here to see this. This is what he wanted, after all. Now, stand back and enjoy the show.
Should Feet Respector just run? Or should I kill these spiders?
Go ahead and kill them all dead. Then you're good.
Okay. The problem with the 99 Spurs is everybody in the NBA that year was like really, really fat. And most of the teams didn't even practice together hardly at all. So it doesn't really feel all that legitimate, even though they played more than half the season, is the thing. What do we got here? Okay.
No, you dick. Fuck. I didn't think they'd do that. Okay, I needed to fucking wait another turn apparently. Shit. Hostage down.
I mean, losing one is not the end of the world, right?
No.
It's like in the first Die Hard,
There's
25 to
no
30% of the hostages
yeah,
dead max.
there's no achievements, and the only reason that we're doing this is to help people who neither one of us give a shit about. We're just trying to get as many people out as we can. But the whole reason we come down here is to save Will's dad and to save Omelum. So like the rest of these people are just here. There's no extra achievement, there's no extra gear, there's no extra anything that you get. It's just all about the role-playing experience. So yeah, you don't even need to make him invisible anymore because he's got 100 health and he's home free, so you can just run it out. So yeah, everyone should be safe since all the tiny people got out this time. From my end, anyway. And yeah, I'd have gotten that other lady out too. I just miscalculated. I thought these fish people would chase Karlak, like they are right now. But some of them went after the hostage who was still within visual range, and then some of them went after Karlak, so... Feels bad.
It's possible. You must return.
Alright, and that voice message came up last time when fucking, oh man, that's heartbreaking. Where the hell even am I? I don't want to know this, but... Alright. Run all the way over here. Steal that scroll that I gave you earlier. I need to use it. Oh no, I don't think I even gave it to you, did I? Let me check. That'd be it right there. Fuck. Whatever.
Okay.
Shouldn't have made me your enemy. These boots have seen everything.
On my way.
Zumbo Pumbo. That's that guy's name. Zumbo Pumbo.
I will aid you as much as I can, but hurry. We have little time.
Are you controlling him right now?
No, I'm not.
Then I hope that he just
Wait a
fucking...
minute. Wait a minute. Hold on here. I guess I am.
Do you have any ability that says something about teleporting me out of here? Because this is what he's supposed to do, is teleport us to safety.
Teleport to submersible.
Does it say that you can target one other person?
Yes.
Then, yeah, target Karlak and then do that. Good job. Okay. So, the only other person that needs to get out is Duke Ravengard. All the hobbits and shit got out, I think.
Yeah, I'll get out next turn pretty easily, I think. Or this turn.
Yeah, so that means what I'm going to do is very amusing. I decided to magically lock that door. Then yeah, just climb the ladder and get out. These guys are now screwed because I magically locked that door. They're trapped.
Best be on my way.
Moving.
Wait a minute. I can't get up the ladder.
Can the Duke? You're not blocking it for him?
Hold on. How do I switch to the damn... Okay. No, now I can't. So Shadowheart's screwed. Like, I literally can't get her up there.
Can Duke Ravengard get up the ladder?
No.
Or are you blocking him?
Now I'm blocking him because I can't get up.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I should have a scroll of teleport something in here.
I have teleport arrows in my inventory, I know that.
Perfect. I know what to do.
Hey, drop top.
You had some speed potions in your inventory. I gave one to Shadowheart. Have her drink it. And you now have extra move speed. Not yet. Because you're the last person that needs to get there. Stand, like, slightly to the side and then get the Duke up.
Okay. That?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and sit in the seat. And then get Shadowheart up there and we're good.
What's the plan?
Phew. That was tight.
Yes? Fine, just have to look. I'll show you. Finger exercise. I know another little exercise.
the Iron Throne, you remain intact. It seems most of the hostages from the throne share your fate. Duke Ravengard approaches you, looking confused.
He's tadpoled, but under my protection now, just like you. His mind is his own again.
I'm free. In my own mind again, wholly. I will not take it for granted. You acted quickly, decisively, and compassionately. I, nay, all of us, owe you no less than our undying gratitude. My thoughts are my own now, and my purpose certain. I will wait at your camp. We can speak more there.
Gods, we made
Okay.
it. We actually made it.
We're good to go. Say goodbye to Cap and come up the hatch when you're ready.
All right. I feel accomplished.
Okay, hold on a second.
Wait, they have no reason to obey Gortash anymore. Gond smiles.
I owe you a great debt, Sunchild. When I return to the surface, I will alert my colleagues.
Moving ahead.
You were to administer Umberlee's justice. Instead, you conspired.
Gods, they're nuts. You have to help me.
Step out of the way. Protect him, and Umberlee will swallow you whole. Your lies won't save you. Give us the abomination or be counted as his ally.
No, I tried.
What? Mate, you've got to be kidding.
The Sea Queen will judge you.
I surrender, all right. Harmless man, right? And you?
It's over.
I tried.
It's finally over. We're safe.
Okay, where do we go now besides camp?
Fast travel to the Grey Harbor. So we just have to go talk to the fish people, and they're like, "Hey, thanks for giving us that guy."
Fish people.
Exactly.
Crab people. Crab people.
Basically. Wait, hold on.
Can't chat.
Maybe you got it. Wait, hold on. Yes, you did. The Wave Mother's robe is what they give us as a reward. If you're standing in a water surface at the start of a turn, you heal 1 to 4 points, which means if we ever need to heal, like we do right now, instead of having to spend the time going to camp, if we're in a position where we can't, you could just throw some water on the ground, which will stay there forever, and then just trade off putting the robe on, and then we'll just regenerate over time.
Okay.
Okay, so I thought we had to go physically turn that in. Since we don't, we'll just fast travel to Baldur's Gate.
The Gazette reckons Lord Gortash is the second coming of Baldurin. Horsecack! Browbeat this boy.
And what do you propose? Let me run amok? So listen peaceful for the moment. For how long? The only moment you'll live in here is this one. Restriction on visiting the next one when it comes.
Some houses and Lord Gortash forgot.
It is pleasurable to see you.
Yeah.
Your intervention within the cult's underwater complex was a timely one. I am glad my carelessness did not cost the life of Duke. That you also saved me was unexpected. I too feel some warmth at your presence. Your inclination to generosity. Blurg and I have consulted on the. We first thought to ask the denizens of the Underdark for. Given my kind's involvement in creating this evil.
Omolum's boon. Ooh, it's worth a hell of a lot of money.
Amalum's boob. What's in this?
Let's see here. I can open them. Okay, Potion of Supreme Healing, Scroll of Dimension Door, Wizard's Bane Oil, Scroll of Sunbeam, and Fungal Bamboozer.
Cool.
Alright.
Why can't a man be passionate about...
Okay. Solid. So now we just do the whole foundry thing.
Foundry?
Yeah, but we could go to camp first.
Given the chance. Prince of Search.
Okay. Wait a minute. Do I need to talk to Shadowheart's parents or whatever you said?
It helps as being part of the whole story thing, but some people want to talk to us anyway. Obviously Mazora, obviously Duke Ravengard, obviously Will.
When we next... What about him? The historical... The... in his own asset, Orpheus's honor guard. Lord... Very well. I bet you're pleased with yourself. Saving Ravengard and making a fool out of me in a single swoop. Go on, do your gloating.
Damn right I did. My father is safe and my chains are broken.
Yes, celebrate your fortunes. But remember that they are lost as quickly as they are gained. For now, you've tipped the scales in your favor. But all it takes is a whisper for me to tip them back. Why look for hidden meaning when the words are laid so bare? Yes, let's. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel. But those cursed shadows were enough to fell even a half-fiend. Why? I'm supply... I tell you what. When the time comes...
Oh, shit. Shadowheart's still on the submersible.
Oh my god. Hilarious.
No time to rest.
Is this my fate? To be free?
It isn't what you
You turn. It is exactly what I think.
Ravengard's tadpole clenches. The Grand Duke.
No.
The past, and he sees.
Everything I did for Baldur's Gate. I did for you.
I do, my son.
There's nothing to...
My duty is first and foremost to the city. Before I would return, this is such a time. This, the abs... Let it set the path before you.
Baldur's Gate stands on the...
May the...
The Legend of Ansur. An epic poem, from the looks of it.
Nope. Hold on. Okay, after we finish these convos, after we long rest, I need to actually go. I need to take care of some stuff.
Oh, that's fine.
Probably be able to go again later tonight.
Moving in.
But anyway, who wants to say shit?
Well, I'll catch up. But I thought you needed to get... Lae'zel wanted to talk again about Orpheus. Talked to Mazor to rub it in her face that she failed, and she was like, "You're a dick," and I'm like, "Ha ha ha, you suck." Then I talked to Will's dad, because Will's dad still thinks that Will's a sack of shit, and he's like, "This is horrible, because now he's a half a demon. What the hell's wrong with him? How could you do this to me?" So, because he has a tadpole now, you can force him to share your memories. So I force him to experience Will's memories, so then Will sees what he'd gone through and everything. So then the Duke's like, "Oh wow, I'm a huge dick, I'm awful." So yeah, now you're all cut up.
Alright, guys. We'll do more later, in all likelihood, but for now, I'm going to be tapping out. See you guys later.